Hello everyone, it's me again, and back so soon after the last video. Like, you may ask what's going on. Well, it may be that I'm in a good mood since I found a hoodie that I haven't been able to find for a year. But I was just in a good mood in general, so I was like, well, you know, I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, why don't I do a Nendoroid unboxing? I still have more Nendoroids to open up. So I was like, why not do one? Today we're going to be looking at a Nendoroid from a show that I actually really enjoyed when it was out, but I feel like it needed more time to completely flesh out all the characters. But the Nendoroids were like, I thought the Nendoroids looked really cool, but I was like, okay, I'm only going to get one, especially since like I have so many now at this point. Like, there's only certain ones that I'll collect, like the full line. I'm getting to the point where I'm a little bit more picky and choosy about my Nendoroids. I say that, yet I still get a lot of them in. But anyways, this is from Kaiju number 8, and it is Nendoroid 2504. And it's Soshiro. Soshiro was the one I was the most interested about. Like the I don't know what it is, but like the fox face characters most of the time are the ones that I like really end up liking or get interested in, because it's like they have something to hide. They can be cheeky or mischievous. They sometimes act differently to other people than what they actually like feel and think in the inside. And so yeah, most of the time I gravitate to them. And then plus, another huge factor for him was he took up the least amount of space out of the ones that I was looking at getting. But anyways, so this box is kind of cool. Like it's a little different. Like I don't know if you can see it in the light, but it's like a gray and black, like a slate gray and a black, like kind of like smudged look on the front, the top, and the bottom of the box, while his the color on the sides are like this kind of like not hunter green. Hunter green I think is more blue. This is kind of like a military green, yeah. So, and I actually like that they have a picture of all of the figures in the line. Now, will we get more? I have no idea. The only thing that kind of really surprises me about this line is that they actually don't have, or they didn't make the Kaiju number 8, like him transformed. And I just kind of thought that was an odd choice. But, you know, that could always, you know, show up in the future. So, but anyways, and I actually really like the front, or the print on the actual like plastic part. Anyways, we'll go ahead and open him up and put him in a couple of poses. Like, I don't think he really comes with anything like too like humorous. That's the only downside, but as in my book, because most of the time I do like humorous ones. But I still think he comes with a good amount of stuff and can be posed in a few interesting or possibly like casual way. So we'll see when we open him up. All right, and here he is in his blister packaging. He does look a little bare bones from like looking at him like this. Well, never mind, because he does have some of his parts in the little plastic packaging, which everyone knows how I feel about that, but I'm just gonna have to get over it, because at least it's not as bad as what they were going to do with the boxes. Even though I do have 2 Nendoroids confirmed well, one is on the way right now, but I have 2 Nendoroids that are going to have that weird fox style. I may, because of the characters they are, because it's Yoko and Bill Dandy, like I know I'm never going to sell them, so I'm debating over just finding a storage space for their parts and then throwing the box away. I guess that would be the upside to the small boxes, but it makes sense why Good Smile went back on it, not just because the community didn't like them, but for the simple fact that I feel like if they stayed with that box style, then people would be less likely to impulse buy. I feel like we would have bought, the community would have been more choosy and picky about the Nendoroids that they were getting, because they're like, okay, I don't want to be stuck with this if I have to sit here and resell in this box. So I feel like it was a lose-lose situation for them in that aspect. So, but anyways, back to the subject at hand. He does have parts in this little plastic packaging. I'll do a separate little snippet with the parts that come in there. But it does look like some arms and some shoulder parts, actually. But you do see the lower half, and it's because he's not a movable Nendoroid, and I guess the squat is so low that that they just made a lower half of him in an attack pose. I may try to see if he'll actually stand by himself with this. I doubt it, and I may end up regretting my decision to try it, but I may try it. But he does come with his weapon. I'm guessing from looking at the instructions, these do come out so that you can show him with the active weapons. But this is the sheath. Then I'm guessing this is a holding hand for the book, is what I'm guessing, because he does come with this book and the mask, and they actually show you like how to put the mask on. I mean, to me it would be kind of self-explanatory, but they do. I glanced at the instructional booklet. The only thing that I would worry about is if the mask would cause any paint transfers on the actual face. That would be the only thing that I'd worry about. Then yeah, that's it. And then of course, like, you do come with your stand and your stand arm. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the video so y'all don't have to see me fumble through trying to open this plastic. And I'll show you the parts that come in the little packaging as well. Okay, yeah, so you do come with, I don't know how hard that is to see with the glare. It does come with like a whole other arm. I'm guessing this is a shoulder piece to kind of match the same as the shoulder piece here. You have two bent pointy, or bent arms with pointy hands. And then you get the hand to hold the sword on one and hand to hold the sword on another. So the sword holding hands, say that 3 times fast, are both included in here versus in here. So if you're opening it up, or if you're thinking that this will hold a sword, it will not. That, like, I thought that was for the book, but I wanted to confirm that. But yeah, both the sword holding hands are in the separate little packaging. So now I'm going to open this up, and we're going to put him in a couple poses. So I shall be right back. Okay, just an added side note. Before y'all get started with your Soshiro Nendoroid, you will notice that he does have an extra hole in his butt. Well, I mean, we all do, but Nendoroids normally don't have an extra hole in their butt. But that is for his sheath, for his weapon, and all the poses show him with it. But the way that you insert it, it's not like a regular peg. It's on this like little ball peg kind of thing, so it doesn't go all the way in. So just know that once you get past like the ball point of it, that not to push it in. It's not going to be flush with the Nendoroid. Like, I feel like if it was a regular peg, it would have been more like flush. But I was sitting there trying to get it to be flush, and I'm just like, that's a weird gap to have, but okay. But yeah, not bad, just kind of a little different. But I wanted to go ahead and show you all that before I showed you the pose. So here we go. All right, and here he is in his first pose. And I have to say, this is a really, really cute pose. I actually really like this one. This may be the one I end up leaving him in eventually. But I'm also kind of tempted to track down Kakashi's like naughty book and have him like hold that instead. I think that would be funny. Kind of like I did with I don't think I ever showed it on this channel, but Aqua from Hoshina, I actually got a Light's Death Note and pen and have him posed holding the Death Note. I thought that was funny. But anyways, this is really cute. The only thing is that you have to make sure that the book, that your audience cannot see the book from, like, what's in the book from the front. Because there's absolutely nothing in there. I could get stickers and put stuff in there. That would be kind of funny. But then again, it'd have to be really small stickers. But yeah, other than that, it's really cute. Now, the sheath, it does have like slight movement to it. So you can like move it up, you can move it down. But also be very careful. I've already felt this is kind of loose. Like the little bobs and stuff on his legs and around his hips, like they're pegged in. They're not part of the sculpt. So just be careful when you're moving him around or like posing him. Beware of that, because I did feel this kind of wobble a little bit while I was moving around, and I do need to move that leg over just slightly. So it kind of concerned me a little bit, but no harm done, nothing done. And I mean, like, if it's pegged in, the only thing that you'll have to do if it doesn't slot right back in is maybe put a little glue on it. I'm just really bad with super glue. But yeah, it's like super cute. Like, I love this pose. It's simple. But y'all aren't here for the simple. You're here for the more confusing poses. So I'll go ahead and put him in. I may put him in 3 different other poses. I kind of want to do an action pose with him still standing and then one of him squatting. I don't know. Or I might just do the 2. I just feel like the action poses look similar with and without. I mean, with and without the mask. But yeah, we'll figure this out. I'll be back with another pose. All right, and here is the next pose. And let me just say, this one was a little bit more difficult. It does say for you to use the default straight arm with the other shoulder, because this one actually, like, the part J is flat on one side, where this shoulder part is flat, but this arm is rounded, so it doesn't really fit all that well. I would suggest, if you're wanting to use this pose, because you see there's a gap, it was kind of rough to put them together. Like, it really felt like it didn't fit, because like when I first put it together, I was like, okay, let me just stop right here, because it doesn't feel like it does. And then I read the instructions. It's like, oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And so I'm like, okay. So I would suggest using maybe like a hair dryer or something. Just warm it up, especially during the winter time, because as us Nendoroid collectors know, stuff becomes easily breakable during the winter months. At least for me, it has. Like, I've had so many accessories just like easily snap. Just because it's cold. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to try to do forgive the cat, Barry. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and try to do a squatting pose now. I think I'm going to try doing this one because it's using the same arms as this one. But yeah, and I'm gonna try with the little face mask as well and see how that turns out. So be right back, minus the cat off the table. So here we are with the next pose, and I actually really like this. I actually like this pose a lot more than I thought I would. The mask itself was a little on the difficult side to put on. You want to have it just right. So you're wanting the neck peg to still be in the body, but like the joint connector part of it that connects it to the head, you want that to be in the head itself, and then you want to put it on top, because you're wanting to have this around the neck peg itself, and then you put the head down, and then you kind of readjust it. It doesn't have a lot of movement as far as like up and down after putting this on, which is understandable. But the effect that it brings once you get it together is really nice. My face had like a little, and I don't know, you may could still see it. It had like a little marking on the nose even before I put this on, but like I feel like this like covers it. So I'm like, it don't really matter. But that's cool. Like this pose is actually like making me kind of question if I want to leave him in this one. But yeah, this one's really, really cool. I'm going to do the other squatting pose where he's going to like pull on the swords, or where he's getting ready to attack with the swords. But this one is really it's just really awesome in my opinion, as far as an action pose. And most of the time I'm not like an action pose person. But going back to the quality of the Nendoroid itself, like absolutely, his hair is like, I'm loving his hair. Like his hair, like the shading, I wasn't expecting that much shading in his hair, just because he has black hair, but it's like a blue black. So like they do a really good job. Like I love like the blue on the top and the black on the bottom. It's just so nice. But he is definitely going to be one of those Nendoroids that y'all are going to want to put in a particular pose and then just leave him alone. Like I'm probably going to regret my decisions in life from trying to take him out of this pose and put him in another pose. But that being said, we're going to put him in the last pose. So I shall be right back, I promise. Okay, and this is the final pose of the evening. Now I tried to do something similar to this, but the arms don't really flail out that much. So it just kind of like, you kind of have to angle it. And I don't actually think this one's in all the way. But I was like, well, let me do one arm that way and then one arm kind of like bent in, like he's reaching back, because this one's higher than the other one. But I think it looks cool for what I did. But this was really like, if you're going to do a pose like this, or like the one I did, you're going to have to sit here and like basically like finagle, and that's also why you have this on a ball peg, so you can kind of like move it around. But yeah, like overall I really do like him. Like he's aesthetically really pleasing. He's just a little difficult to kind of put together, and when you do put them together, just be very careful of the parts, especially like the ones that have like the little ball pegs like this one, just for the simple fact you could lose them. And like these, like the hilts that go into his sheath, be careful of those, because those are really small, so you can lose them. At least it's not like the ring that Stark had last time, that I had to keep on like scrounging around on the floor to find. But yeah, like I think he's really cool. Would I get more Kaiju number 8? I may. I really like with him, I think I'm just going to leave him as the only one for now. But like if there's a sale on some more, I might get one. Like I was really tempted to get the girl with the tiger just because of the tiger itself. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this kind of stuff. Leave a like, subscribe. Tell me which Kaiju number 8 Nendoroid do you think I should get if I get another one. Just opinions. I don't know if maybe one of y'all have
another one of the characters. But anyways, that's it for this evening. I will see y'all later next time.